Meghan Markle is always trending on the internet, and it's not always for good reasons. Meghan may be a global style icon, but she has worn outfits that made the whole internet gasp. Some of her looks were so confusing, so badly fitted, and so painfully unflattering that fans wondered if her stylist had taken the day off. Here are the dresses that made everyone stop and ask, "Meghan, why would you wear that?" The Carolina Herrera silk dress. In 2021, Meghan Markle showed up at the Salute to Freedom Gala in New York, wearing what should have been a show-stopping moment. A fiery scarlet Carolina Herrera gown with a plunging neckline and a long dramatic train. On paper, it had everything: bold color, royal glam, total main character energy. But in reality, the tailoring betrayed her. The dress sat awkwardly around her waist and chest, creating a slightly tent-like shape that swallowed her figure instead of celebrating it. It became one of her most talked-about fashion missteps, especially ironic for someone who always preaches the importance of good tailoring. But Meghan wasn't about to let the internet have the last word. In 2024, she brought the same red dress back, completely re-engineered. She chopped the billowing fabric, ditched the oversized train, and turned it into a sleek column gown that finally did her justice. A fashion flop turned into a sustainability win. Oscar de la Renta ombre gown. During the Sussex's 16-day royal tour in 2018, Meghan Markle touched down in Sydney for the Australian Geographic Society Awards and instantly stole the spotlight, but not exactly for the right reasons. She chose a dramatic Oscar de la Renta ombre gown covered in floating bird silhouettes. The dress itself looked straight off a couture runway, but for this event, it was way too much. The bird motifs felt like an overly literal nod to the evening's nature theme, and the gown's black tie glamour completely clashed with the ceremony's semi-formal dress code. Meghan didn't just stand out, she stuck out big time. A 2-minute Google search of past award nights would have shown her that attendees usually keep things simple. The gown was gorgeous, yes, but it belonged at the Met Gala, not an academic awards event in Sydney. Indigo purple Aritzia midi dress. At the One Young World Summit in October 2019, Meghan Markle stepped out in a bold indigo purple Aritzia midi dress, a color that instantly grabbed everyone's attention. But while the shade was stunning, the overall styling fell flat. She paired the dress with navy suede pumps, a combo that looked more mismatched than modern. The dress itself had a loose, shapeless fit, doing nothing to highlight her curves or define her waist. A simple belt or a statement necklace could have saved the look, but instead it felt unfinished and a little too plain for such a high-profile moment. To be fair, Meghan's love for the Canadian brand comes from her Suits days in Toronto, and she's always been open about supporting smaller, up-and-coming designers. As she told the New York Times, she believes wearing lesser-known brands is one of the most powerful things she can do. So while this outfit wasn't a total disaster, it definitely lacked the polish and cohesiveness we expect from the Duchess. Red Safiyaa cape dress. At the Mountbatten Festival of Music in 2020, held at London's iconic Royal Albert Hall, Meghan Markle stepped out in what should have been a show-stopping ensemble, but instead became one of her most controversial fashion moments. She wore a bold red Safiyaa cape dress, a piece meant to symbolize power, confidence, and royal glamour. But the drama of the cape completely overpowered her frame, swallowing her silhouette and making the entire look feel more like a costume than couture. The color was undeniably striking, but the execution missed the mark. The heavy cape, paired with her slicked-back hair and matching red accessories, created a harsh, almost theatrical effect instead of the sleek elegance she was going for. It was one of those rare Meghan moments where more wasn't better. It was simply too much. The look didn't celebrate her figure, it drowned it. And for an event that was meant to be polished, respectful, and classy, this over-the-top fashion choice ended up being remembered for all the wrong reasons. Her wrinkled clothes. One thing Meghan Markle has become unintentionally famous for is her constant battle with wrinkled outfits, a surprising flaw for someone under the global royal microscope. Whether it was her beige trench dress in South Africa, the Safiyaa gowns that creased the moment she sat down, or her casual shirt dresses on royal tours, the wrinkles always seemed to appear right on cue. Critics said it made her look unfinished and underprepared, especially compared to the famously polished Kate Middleton. So every time she stepped out of a car, bent to greet someone, or simply moved, the cameras captured every fold and crumple. It wasn't bad fashion, just bad luck, and a reminder that even duchesses can't win a war against stubborn fabric. 2 Balenciaga showstoppers. Meghan Markle made headlines at Paris Fashion Week 2025 with not one, but 2 Balenciaga showstoppers, and both sparked massive debate online. Her first look was a bold, all-white ensemble featuring an oversized shirt, wide-leg trousers, and a dramatic floor-length cape that floated behind her like she was stepping straight out of a fashion movie. The idea was powerful and very couture, but critics felt the cape completely swallowed her shape, making the outfit look more costume-like than chic. Still, the clean white palette and sleek bun gave her undeniable star power as she arrived. For the second look, Meghan switched into a custom black Balenciaga gown with a single-shoulder cape draped sharply across her frame. This one was much more fitted, structured, and confident, the kind of silhouette that suits her sleek style. But even then, fashion critics complained that the gown felt too heavy and severe for the event, leaning more runway drama than red carpet elegance. Together, the white and black pairing showed that Meghan came to Paris to make a statement, not play it safe. See-through skirt. Meghan Markle's New Zealand tour in 2018 gave the world one of her most talked-about fashion mishaps, the see-through skirt moment. She stepped out in a navy-pleated Givenchy skirt that looked perfectly modest at first glance, until the light hit it. Suddenly, the heavy weave fabric created an optical illusion, making the skirt appear surprisingly transparent. Paired with a matching navy blouse and Manolo Blahnik pumps, the look was meant to be sleek and elegant. Instead, the unexpected sheerness became the headline, with critics calling it one of her most distracting royal outfits. While Meghan stayed calm and carried on, the cameras didn't miss a thing. It remains one of those rare times where even a Givenchy masterpiece couldn't save her from an unfortunate fashion surprise. Givenchy wedding gown. If we're talking about royal dresses that shook the world, Meghan Markle's 2018 Givenchy wedding gown absolutely tops the list. Not because it was ugly, but because it became one of the most debated royal bridal looks of the decade. Designed by Claire Waite-Keller, the dress was a study in extreme minimalism. Crisp white silk Katie, a clean bateau neckline, 3/4 sleeves, and a perfectly sculpted waist. No lace, no crystals, no drama. Just pure simplicity. And that's exactly where the controversy began. Millions expected Hollywood sparkle or a Diana-like fairy tale moment. But instead, Meghan walked down the aisle in a gown so plain that critics called it too bare, too loose, and even underwhelming for a global royal wedding. Then came another wave of commentary. People questioned why she chose bright white despite being previously married. An old-fashioned criticism, but it fueled the online debate even more. Social media dissected every detail, from the fit around her shoulders to the architectural stiffness of the fabric. But then came the veil, a dramatic cathedral-length masterpiece embroidered with flowers from all 53 Commonwealth nations, a symbolic touch that nearly redeemed the entire ensemble. In the end, Meghan's wedding gown wasn't a fashion disaster. It was a bold, polarizing statement, a dress that divided the internet, challenged outdated royal expectations, and proved that even on her wedding day, Meghan Markle knew exactly how to spark a global conversation. And that wraps up Meghan's most unforgettable fashion missteps. The outfits that proved even style icons have off days. Now it's your turn. Which look do you think was her biggest fashion flop? Tell me in the comments, because I know this list is going to spark a debate. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe,